Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Bitcade 27. This is episode 27, otherwise known as the post E3 2019 episode. In the last episode, episode 26, we did all predictions on what will happen in E3 of 2019. Whoa! We are now at the end of it. It is all over, and now we are going to go back and see what all the conferences did and see who came out on top. And then after all of the parts are out, in part three, we will see who was the best of E3. And after each of the conferences, we will actually pick which ones we thought, what was the highlight of each conference, and then battle it out to see who gets it. It is hot in Washington, so we have to keep the window open. All this equipment makes everything boiling hot.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Anyway, my name is Ryan Amor, but joining me is
Ashton.
And we are going to present E3 2019 to you. Here we go. In episode 26, we talked EA and Ubisoft first, and that will be the first topic. In the second topic, Nintendo and Square. In the third topic, Xbox and Bethesda. So let's kick it off. EA conference was the first one that happened, and I'm not going to say which every single time one of these happens. I think the best way to roll these things out, do you want me to go down this whole list, since mine is like literally the whole show notes, and then you stop me if you want to say something?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
EA started out with the EA Play stream opening slide, and it was the EA Play was what they did this year. They didn't do a traditional conference. They just kind of highlighted specific games, and then they focused on those games throughout the whole day for like 4 hours straight, which is a lot.
A lot of time.
So in their conference, the opening slide said they were going to talk about Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order, Apex Legends, Battlefield 5, EA Sports FIFA 20, Madden NFL 20, and The Sims 4 were on the docket of being talked about, and that is what was talked about. Greg Miller hosts the show. Was hosting the show, some of the show. Golden Boy was there. He's a shoutcaster for a lot of online games, and he's going to be talking Apex and whatnot. So you kind of got the feeling that they were going to focus on a lot of online personalities that were going to be hosting a lot of these shows. Let's see here. EA kind of set up EA Play as like booths, and then they had a big live stage where you could see the presentations.
Yeah, it was like all outside.
Yep. First game they talked about was Star Wars Jedi: Fallen Order. I didn't know how that was actually written out until this happened. I thought that was interesting that they were calling it that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So we got 15 minutes of gameplay. They said 15 minutes of gameplay will be shown. Single-player action adventure game post Order 66 was what they were saying.
Yeah.
We got a 3-hour into the game, unedited gameplay. We got to see that a little bit. And that level took place on Kashyyyk. Now, how do you feel about we're going to Kashyyyk, where the Wookiees are being enslaved?
Well, I mean, we're freeing them,
Yeah.
in the mission. So I mean, we're at least playing a good guy.
Well,
we're not.
My thing is like we haven't. I don't think we've seen post episode 3 Kashyyyk. Unless in Rebels they did something. I haven't watched Rebels, so
I don't know. No,
I just thought it
I'm
was
trying to think
interesting.
back to some of the Star Wars games, and I don't think we have.
Yeah.
Unless actually, yeah. Force Unleashed.
Yeah, but that's not canon anymore. So
Well,
I'm talking about the new this in canon rolling. Speaking of rolling, we actually got a roll of an Xbox gameplay trailer. It was that was the trailer. It said "Woom." We also look at what seems to be the main menu of the game when they showed the little part of it. So we got to see a little clip of that. Nothing special. It just looks pretty simple main menu, kind of like how Destiny has their menu set up. It's pretty linear. Click this, click that. Here's the game. It was all alpha footage, but it loaded pretty fast. So I don't know if that was edited.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a little smudgy here and there, but I'm
but I mean,
giving it the
for
benefit of the doubt.
alpha, that's what we were gonna be expecting. I mean, it looked a little bit more gritty than the rest of the franchise. I'm down for a little bit of a less glossy, pristine look like Star Wars Battlefront games have. This one just looked gritty, like you're getting down in the shit and you're just getting work done. Like that's the vibe that I was getting from the game.
Okay. We did get confirmed that it is in third person, as we saw in the gameplay
Yep.
footage. I'm really happy about that because I was like, how are they going to do a first person one? But we are getting third person, and I'm okay with that. We got some platforming style gameplay, which is a little
Wall running and whatnot.
wall running, which is a little bit Titanfall esque because it is Respawn, so you got to see a little bit of some elements that
Yeah, but
Respawn likes to put in there, the wall running and the
Yeah.
climbing and things like
It
that.
did seem a little bit more realistic because there is you can tell gravity's playing more with the wall running because you're going down pretty quick, trying to keep your momentum. It's not like Titanfall, where you're just going in a straight line. You're not losing any sort of distance by how far you're running. Like you're going down quick. You got to make this like a quick maneuver, so it's not too overbearing.
Yeah, we also got to see Forrest Whitaker's character that was in Rogue One is making his return in this one as well. You get a droid that rides. I said you get a droid that rides you like how Pikachu does in Let's Go Pikachu and
Yeah,
Eevee.
that's true. Yeah.
He's a little more center of the back because he kind of fits in this little backpack thing you have, but nevertheless, he kind of rides with you and helps you out.
Yeah, he's like he's pretty cool little droid as holograms out.
We do see the lightsaber being used as a light source, so kind of like Lara Croft style. When he walks into the dark, he kind of he just holds it up like a light source. That was the first time we saw the lightsaber. He is wielding a blue lightsaber, so that's kind of interesting. So he is going the old blue route. We see some fighting with some stormtroopers. So as stormtroopers do, they get killed by Jedi. The little droid you have will open locked doors because I guess that's kind of what he does. It's kind of his thing. Is there any notes that I'm missing so far? You liking?
I mean,
feel free to jump in
no,
whenever you
that's-
want. Whenever you want to jump in.
No,
here.
I mean that pretty much covers it. I mean,
Okay.
other than the
I do have
cool
more
little
notes on it, too.
droid, so
Yeah. You do have. Oh, there are some last kill animations, kind of how like what else has that?
oh yeah,
Gears does that. Does God of War do that?
God of War does that.
God of War does that. Yeah. So there's kind of that, and they were very cool. We also
forgot
get to
about that.
see some exploding bee creatures, which I kind of like how we're getting introduced to some like some other types of life that are happening in the Star Wars universe. That was kind of cool. Saw some big ass spiders. Speaking of other creatures, you can freeze bullets just like how Kylo does in Force Awakens, and it looks badass. There was one time where they showed you froze a bullet. Well, so the stormtrooper shot it. He froze the stormtrooper, froze the bullet, took the stormtrooper, pulled him in, and then threw him into the blaster. And I was
Oh my
like,
God.
damn, that is wild. We got to see some so I guess classic abilities that can be achieved with skill points. So you earn skill points throughout the rest of the game. You unlock them as you progress on, and you get to be more badass towards the end. They introduced a Purge Trooper, which I guess is a new trooper that is introduced in this game, and they created it for this game. It is canon, but it is created for this game. BD1 is the name of the little droid, and it is BD1 is Buddy Droid 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, they did mention that all this is Star Wars canon, so it is officially in Star Wars canon now. Greg asked, past Star Wars games allow you to choose if we are light or dark, and they give us that choice. And then Stig said, that, well, like, will it offer this choice? And the creator said, no, there is no choice.
It's a linear
it's
story.
A pretty. And they said more will be at the Microsoft conference. So that is that. I'm gonna let you take Apex since this one was pretty much your realm here.
It's more kind of cut and dry. I mean, they're introducing a new season with I think one or two new legends.
One was shown.
One was shown. So the one that was shown was the support character who could put up these electric defense grids, kind of like Tesla coils, and you just put them around everywhere. They're like an electric gate. They're pretty sweet. And then there was what was their other ability? Their regular ability.
So Watson is her name. She is the 10th official legend. They show a comic art style. She's French. She can set up an electrical fence. After she finishes the fence, she does this little happy clap of approval. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Her style is inspired by electricity, which you can see the little Tesla coils, like you were saying. Watson and her father created the ring around
Yep.
Apex Arena. All the legends know who she is because she grew up around the arena.
Yeah.
You can place up to 12 nodes, which I was like,
That's a
that's
lot
a
of nodes.
lot of
I
nodes.
feel like that might get nerfed over time.
Yeah.
Um,
When your team runs through it, though, what happens? Do you remember what happens?
I don't remember
The
what
fence
happened.
goes down. So you got to be careful
Oh,
when
I
your
did not
crew
know
is just
that.
running through
I
those
must have
things.
missed that.
Yeah, so when your team runs through the fence, it actually goes down for a second. If you are down, the fence goes down too.
Damn.
So keep that in mind. She had an ultimate. I just couldn't remember what it was. I said if enemies run through the fence, it pings the whole team. That was another thing. But yeah, she had a couple other abilities. That was her main one though.
Yeah.
That I only wrote
It's,
about.
it's,
So
it's pretty cool. They also said that they are going to be introducing, I think, a new weapon. They said they're also going to be.
you know where that weapon's from?
No,
From Titanfall 2.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
Um, they also said they're going to be introducing more lore elements, so you can actually get a grasp on the actual story behind Apex Legends. They showed like this big Cthulhu-looking ass guy with a huge eye, and they didn't tell us anything more. They just kind of just showed us that little bleep, that little blurb, that monster, and just, yep.
Something's coming to the arena. Is
Look
what he
forward to
said.
hearing more stuff about Apex soon.
Now I want to know, how do you feel about the battle pass, the new battle pass?
I mean, the first battle pass really sucked. I'm gonna be honest. That's how most people felt. Like I purchased it just because I was super into Apex at the time. I've kind of since fallen off. The battle pass to me was not worth it.
Now they did say they
It's-
bumped up. They're bumping up the level to level 100,
Yeah.
and it's a lot faster to level up now. There are a lot more skins, and there are 4 legendary skins in the battle pass.
Well, I think it's level 100 is already current.
Oh, that's what they said there.
Oh.
Oh, leveling to level 100 is a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's what it was, not the max. My bad. What do you feel about the elite queue?
Oh, I mean that's cool, I guess.
Can you explain that for the listeners at home that
So
didn't catch
the
that?
elite queue is if you place in the top 5 teams and you then get ranked, you get placed in the next match that you're in with other people who also ranked top 5 in their for their team, and you just keep going on and on and on until you lose, and you're not in the top 5, and then you start over. But I guess I don't know how, because it's out already. I don't know if it gives you like an XP boost or what.
There are
it just
special
seemed-
skins I think you can only unlock
there's
through
special
the elite
skins.
queue. Yeah. What about ranked mode? How'd you feel about that?
Ranked mode is cool.
Bronze to Apex Predator is the is the things that they got going on there.
I mean, ranked would be cool. But again, to me, it's not adding more content to the game. They're just tweaking things. I'd like to see more content. Like, I'd like to see the map change at least, or if even better, give us a new map entirely. Give us a new arena. Because the game isn't doing great right now. As you can see, like sales after the first week, that game is not done well. It plays well. It's a great game. It's stale.
Mm-hmm. Stale. Well, hopefully they can pull that one out. That is Apex Legends. Next one they talked about was Battlefield 5. And we got some new maps that are going to be introduced in the upcoming months. We got Marita, I believe is how it's pronounced, which is the Battle of Greece. It's more of a one end, and then everyone meets in the middle, and it's kind of more of that kind of thing, like a one road kind of map that Battlefield tries to do. They said that the upcoming maps are all trying to be a little different for Battlefield 5, so it's gonna be a little interesting how they
I
do
think
that.
one shaped like banana.
Yeah, it's like we'll get to that. I think no, this one might be that one.
It might be because it was more tropical.
No, this one's more. That's the next one, I believe. No, I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a it's been a couple days. It's been a long week. And that one is coming in July as part of Chapter 4. Then there's another map that is all sedan, and it is a map that was used in the story mode. That is the big giant thing that happens pretty early on in Battlefield 5's campaign, and that one is coming in June, so I guess that's coming later this month. The max rank from 50 is now going to 500, which I think that's
leap.
A little bit of a ridiculous thing. I just realized like my computer might be blocking me, maybe. I'll put it down like that. And then we're getting Metro is coming back to Battlefield, and that is going to be coming in October. Battlefield 5 Chapter 5, we got a little bit of information coming around that. Setting is around the Pacific Theater, which is pretty interesting. I like when we go into the Pacific Theater. Really big part of World War II with Japan and USA, so I guess what they did was they took the development team and they all went out to go and get inspired and at all expense paid trip to going in there. And I guess there's going to be a Hiroshima map that is coming, which is going to be pretty cool. And private games are coming back to Battlefield 5, which is awesome. I cannot wait.
No
for
more
that.
paid servers.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Battlefield?
No.
Okay.
I'm good in Battlefield.
They briefly touched Battlefront 2. Greg Miller was kind of doing these little N-bit segments that were in between each conference. Battlefront 2 was talked about. I was watching the IGN stream, and it actually went down like towards the end, so I missed a lot of this. Was there anything you want to talk about Battlefield 2, or you want me to just quickly run through these things?
I just run through them.
Okay, so we got Capital Supremacy coming to Naboo. We got the Separatist. Oh, yeah, this is the Separatist droid cards are coming to Battlefront 2. We got some new skins, more Clone Wars updates. We have a new planet coming, and more is coming in August. That is all I got. So if I missed anything, blame IGN because I kind of watched the rest of the stream. Anything you want to talk about Battlefront 2?
Nope.
All right. Next one was FIFA 20. This one went on, I felt like, way too long, and then Madden happened, but we'll get to that in a second. We got volley football is coming to FIFA 20, a.k.a. this is FIFA Street, coming to the mainline FIFA games. You can be playing from a rooftop. I don't know why I was flipping F and T together. Anyway, in Tokyo to an underpass in some like downtown city of London. It's crazy. You can be a boy or a girl if that is something that fancies you. Football intelligence is being adapted, so the ball is going to be moving a little bit different. There's new attacking and defending modes and new ball physics, like I just said. More tactics and tech are in this game than before EA went on into this stuff for more and more. And then all of a sudden Trevor Noah sat down and talked with Golden Boy, and they I was saying the IGN chat ripped this segment. It was really bad. They were destroying Trevor Noah in the chat there, which I was very shocked because I thought IGN's community was a little bit on the other side there.
The chat for E3 was so cancerous on
Mixer.
It
was pretty bad. And then EA had a harassment segment. They talked about harassment online and what to do with that and all this and all that. And then they went into the more text and stuff. That was an interview, and that happened. And it just went on way too long, and I didn't want to type it out. Anything you want to talk about FIFA?
No. Is there loot boxes?
Foot is probably back, just because that's how that game works.
God.
Anthem was talked about for like half a second, and then the IGN stream went down for till the end of the segment. They talked about public test server is available on PC. They are trying to use this to add a way for players to give feedback. So I do like that when games do that, because it's not like they're not listening. They actually are leaving an outlet so that people can talk. So that's a good thing. I think that's a right step. It's a long way they got to go, but I think it's a good step for them. And then I wrote down the IGN stream crash, so I don't know what they talked about after that. Anything you want to talk about Anthem?
Nope.
Okay, Madden 20 was on the next bit there. They talk about face of the franchise, which is the NFL draft. and you will be representing the Texas Longhorns in that. That's pretty much the story mode. If you guys remember Longshot, that is, I guess, gone, and this is now that. I don't know what they're going to be doing, but that's what's going to be happening here. Pro Bowl is back in Madden 20. I didn't know that was gone. We got a scenario. The scenario engine is the new sports engine, I am assuming. Playbooks are getting added with new formations, which is great, but they also said that they will be adding new formations throughout the live season. So the 2020 to 2020, or I'm sorry, the 2019 to 2020 season, those playbooks will be updating throughout that season when Madden is out, which I thought was kind of good. So you're not playing the same 15 plays every single time. Ultimate missions, I don't know what that was about. I kind of zoned out through this whole conference. The X Factor abilities, I guess each player has their own special X Factor ability. Juju Smith came onto the show and he started talking about stuff. There is a closed beta that will be coming June 14th through the 16th. So if you're a Madden fan, stay tuned for that. That will be happening today when we're recording this and to the 16th. So by the time this is up, you still have time. I think this is the last day when this goes up because that is a Sunday. So you'll have one day. You'll have one day to do that if you're watching the bit by bit episode. Mahomes' abilities. So this is more of the little bit of the X Factor type stuff. Mahomes is the cover for this. He is the Kansas City quarterback, I think. Anyway, he has an ability that's called the Bazooka because every single character has their own X Factor ability, and Bazooka allows him to throw like an 80-yard bomb, and this is exclusive to him. I guess other characters will have stuff that's maybe shared with other players. But yeah, so that's a thing. More info about the tech, signature animations are coming, and player ratings. They went into a little segment about that, and I guess they're going to go. They have a little movie video thing that will be coming out about that. Anything about Madden?
Nope.
Okay, we move on to the last thing, which is The Sims 4. Do you have anything about Sims 4?
I don't. No.
Okay, if you're a Sims fan, I'll run this down. Bear with me here. Island Living new expansion pack. Mermaid? ? I don't know what that was all about, but that was what that was. I don't know if that's a story mission. I don't know if you could be a mermaid. I don't know. You can do open water gameplay because you can. Yes. In The Sims, you can now walk in the water, which I guess you couldn't do that before. I haven't played a Sims game since Sims. Yeah, The Sims on the PlayStation 2. So there was no water in that game.
I played it on the PC.
Yeah, I played it on the PlayStation 2. There is an active volcano on this island, which is okay.
Shit.
They do have aqua zips, which is their version of a jet ski. So they have it, and much more. And then I kind of skimmed through all this stuff. We got this. I guess there's going to be a Pride clothing line that's going to be coming to the Sims 4 so they got more Pride clothing. They have gender neutral bathrooms, and that will be coming in June 18th in a DLC or an update or something.
That's progressive.
They also have more Sims live, like real life clothing because they have a clothing line. I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm not gonna butcher that. They have a clothing line. The Sims has a real clothing line. There's more coming. So if you like that will be coming. The next game pack is Realm of Magic, and more of that will be coming later this fall. That is the end of the EA thing, EA Play. Based on that, do we want to go through our predictions first, or do we want to rate EA? What was the best thing that came out of EA? I don't want to be negative in this. I want to say what's the best thing that came out of these conferences, okay? If that makes sense. So, do we want to do the predictions, or do we? I'm gonna let you choose because I talk too much.
We'll do predictions.
Predictions it is. Okay. Predictions for EA. We said Jedi Fallen Order. You said we were gonna get a gameplay, and it was gonna be release date in Q1 2020. And we did not. We got it confirmed that it will be coming out this year, which is what I said. But I'm going to give. I have a lot of stuff here. So you did say we were going to get gameplay, which we did, but your date was off. So I'm going to give you a 0.5 on that.
Hey.
For me, I said we were going to get a trailer, which we also did. And I also said it was going to be 2029 is my release date. So that is a 1 because they did both of those. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
Didn't we get a trailer
yeah,
and we
I
got
believe-
gameplay?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. The next thing is we got Anthem Story DLC. I was thinking we were going to get a trailer. We did not get that, so no points are awarded there. We did Apex Season 2. You said that there will be a new map and location. We didn't technically, but what is this new? Okay? You would know this, and I'm gonna assume that you are gonna say the right thing. So, is the Legendary Hunt event? Is that its own map? Is that
No.
a different map? Okay, that's the
No.
same map. Okay,
No.
I just wanted to make sure. So, I also said my prediction was solo, duo, and trio. No points awarded there. FIFA 20, I said there was going to be a new career mode. Technically there is, but there's no Alex Smith. Oh, actually, no. I am thinking Madden. That is my bad. There is no points awarded there. They did not talk about a new career mode. No more loot boxes was Ashton's crazy thing, and they definitely did that because they did not shy away from the fact that will be happening. My thing was KOTOR 3 was announced, and that did not happen. So at the end of it, Ashton, you have 0.5 points, and I have 1 point. So we did not do good in the EA conference.
EA was a bust for us, all right.
Yep. All right. So let me just go ahead and write that down here. 0.5 and 1.
So shows how much little we know.
Hey, you know what? We're not in the industry. We're giving them a complete shot in the dark. So I'm just gonna go with we tried our best. We gave it a shot. But it's on to the next one, which is Ubisoft.
UB.
I actually wrote this one down on physical pieces of paper.
Oh, wow, you pleb.
I was at work, and this is what I had to do. Okie dokie. Let's get it going. We got the Assassin's Creed Symphony introing the whole thing, and I guess they're going on tour, so that was kind of interesting. Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah. Gameplay trailer. We got gameplay. And then we got introduced to the fact that when you die, you play another NPC, which is known as a recruit or a member.
Of the Resistance.
Of the Resistance is what they kept referring to at. And they kept referring also to DedSec, which is the crew that was in Watch Dogs 2. That's that same thing. But you can play as any NPC. They apparently have all VO voice acting for them. Every NPC is playable apparently. Even the old lady that sits in the park that seems
Feeding
to be
the birds.
That seems to be a fan favorite throughout E3. They kept showing that. That was pretty cool. And when she wears her mask, because I guess everyone gets their own mask for when they're like sneaking into places, and she was wearing like a gas mask sort of thing. That was pretty.
She just
funny.
went up in the middle of the street and just shot a guy in the face.
Yes, she did. That will be coming out March 6th, 2020. And keep in mind of this quarter one sort of realm, because there's a lot of games coming out next quarter, in quarter one of 2020.
A lot of money.
We also got introduced to Mythic Quest, which is
Raven's Banquet.
Which is a show from the creators of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This is going to be an Apple TV Plus thing, so that's launching on there. And we got a trailer for that.
I'm going to have to come over for that.
We don't have Apple TV Plus yet.
But you have Apple TV.
We do. We do have that. Rainbow Six was announced.
Season 13.
I should say Rainbow Six Siege, because something else was announced later on. Rainbow Six Siege got season 15 trailer.
13.
Oh, I wrote the wrong one then. Sorry, my bad. And I guess this man with a mustache is the new op. His name is Warden. He looks like he's going to be a fan favorite too.
Definitely.
Adventure Time is coming to Brawlhalla. You've been playing Brawlhalla recently.
Yeah, that's already out. Basically, you have Jake, Princess Bubblegum, and the other guy, Finn.
Yeah.
They're playable characters. Now, they are crossover characters. They're not brand new characters. They're basically skins.
Okay.
So you have other items there, like death animations. You have all sorts of stuff. They are cool characters. I've seen them been played. We also get a new map.
How much are they? Cool. Are they like $3?
Yeah, I mean, they're as much like a run-of-the-mill skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint was announced with a trailer cinematic, another cinematic trailer. So I guess they got that going on there. AI player for solo.
And a beta.
Yep. And 10/4/19 is the release date. And like you said, the beta is 9/5/19. So if you want the beta, I believe signups are available. Am I right? So go to the website, go sign up, and get the beta for September 5th if you want to play that. And then finally, for Ghost Recon, they showed a little trailer of and then he showed Terminator. So I was like, what the hell is this?
God.
Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which is a mobile game which features pretty much every Tom Clancy character they possibly could get, from Siege characters to Sam Fisher from
Division.
The Division characters are in there. So there's pretty much anything that had the Tom Clancy stamp on it. Those are up for grabs for this little mobile game that's coming. Just Dance came out there, and the most inspirational thing that you probably have ever seen at a EA conference or E3 conference, it was pretty much them just saying, "We've done this for 10 years," which I guess they've done it for 10 years, which is crazy.
It's been 10 years already,
and
man.
the dancing panda showed up and everything, and they were having a good time. So it's kind of past the sense of awkwardness, and if they just don't do it anymore, I think people would just be disappointed at this point. I don't know. Do you feel like that? I felt like that.
Dude, I felt like it. I felt like
it's always awkward, but
cringy.
It always is. But
nobody clapped in the audience.
Yeah, because it's a whole bunch of nerds. So anyway, it's coming to Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Stadia, which was the first game that got a Stadia stamp on it, and yes, the Nintendo Wii.
Yes, the Wii.
Every year, man, they will not let that console die. They will not.
Oh my god.
I'm sure it's used at probably preschools or old folks' homes or hospitals. I'm sure Just Dance is probably earns a lot of profit for the Wii still. For Honor got some DLC trailer.
It's like about that ghost, it's like a spirit event.
Yeah, we didn't really get too much information about it. It was it was more of a teaser trailer than anything.
It's called the Shadows of Hitokiri event.
Does that look cool?
It looks cool. For Honor is kind of on its downs. It's on its way out, but I mean it is cool because they do things for it. Little tiny events every now and again to try and keep
they did with
happy.
April Fools. They did the rabbits.
Yeah.
So they've been doing.
They do all kinds of stuff like that. So it's.
How long has For Honor been out?
A couple of years now.
4 years. Rainbow Six Quarantine. Now here's the thing about this game. I wrote DLC trailer, and then she came out here and said it's a totally new game, and I was like, oh my good gravy! I did not see that one coming. It is a PvE game. And we are going to get more information for early 2020, or I believe it comes out in early 2020. So we'll be seeing some updates for Rainbow Six Quarantine. It is not a Rainbow Six Siege DLC. This is a totally different game. We kind of talked briefly about this in an Xbox Live chat where we're predicting this is probably going to be like World War Z or Dead by Daylight or something like that. Or maybe more World War Z type of thing where it's players versus environment and not more of a PvP kind of thing where one person plays like how Dead by Daylight is or Friday the 13th. They said they want to make this game how Rainbow Six Siege is for the PvP, like an esport, really popular. It's lasted for 6 years. They want this game to be that same thing, but for PvE, which I thought was a bold statement, but that's what they're going to do.
I mean, if they've backed it up with their Siege, I mean...
Now, what would be cool is if they bring in all those characters in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
They build that whole universe.
Yeah.
The Rainbow
Because, I mean, they're bringing them
universe.
to a goddamn mobile game.
That's true.
So,
That's
true.
true.
I wouldn't put it past them to put them in this game, create a universe.
Before we move on, I just wanted to kind of take a step back here. Was there anything you wanted to talk about of the games that I've read off so far?
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
Just wanted to throw that out there. The Division 2 got a little bit of some talk about it, DLC trailer.
Yep.
New missions coming out. Thought it was pretty interesting. They're going to take it to the forest, which is the first time that the Division has done this, because obviously they've been taking place in the city.
Yeah.
They're going to take you to the zoo, which I thought could be pretty interesting environment. Yeah. And college. So there's that. That'll be in episode 1. The episode 2 DLC will be the Pentagon, which I thought was pretty cool. Another raid will be coming in that one. And then in episode 3 of the DLC, we will be getting a thing called Manhunt, which I don't know what that is. And I don't know if that's like how it actually is in Gary's mod, but Manhunt is what it's
don't
called.
know. There's also something about, I put Netflix movie ?
Yes. So
Yeah,
a movie
so-
was announced that Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal will be in a Netflix movie about the
cast.
Division, and I was like, huh.
I like my boy
Alright.
Jake Gyllenhaal though.
Yeah,
I will. I have Netflix. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm probably
gonna
watch
try it. I'll try it.
it.
I'm always willing to give it a shot. You get 3 episodes. If those episodes don't work, then I toss it to the side. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You play. Oh, was there anything else about Division 2?
No.
Okay.
No.
The Uplay Plus was talked about, which is Ubisoft's new. How do you say it? The paid service thing they got going.
Subscription.
Service, yeah. $14.99 a month, free if you sign up right now. So I'm assuming free if you sign up. You get 1 month. I didn't write specifics on that.
First month free.
That's probably how it is. It's going to be available for PC first. EA has something like this as well. EA's service, though, is also on Xbox One for sure, and I think it did come to PlayStation, maybe. I think it's now on PlayStation. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, Ubisoft's thing will be Uplay Plus is the name of it. We'll get 100+ games and DLC that go with them, so that's kind of cool. It'll be coming out this September of 2019, and then later on Stadia in 2020. Anything about that you want to give a comment about or anything?
No.
Okay, will you be buying that?
No.
Okay. I think I'm a pass for now. Then we got introduced to the second new thing that was announced that because everything else we knew about Roller Champions, which is essentially a roller derby game. We got the trailer, and I guess the pre-alpha is out now, and then we got a gameplay trailer.
I mean, it looked interesting. I mean, it's basically Rocket League, but roller derby.
Yes, I definitely give them points on the whole creativity vibe they got going on there. And then we got a teaser sort of trailer thing of Gods and Monsters, which will be coming out February 25th, 2020. And it's more of like a stylized art style.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And it's made by the same people who made Assassin's Creed.
So there you go. We totally didn't do. Okay, we'll save that for the end of each episode. Each bit. So let's head over into the predictions and see how that goes off. Ubisoft Assassin's Creed is something that you were saying. You said we're going to get an in-engine trailer, and we did not get that, unfortunately. No Assassin's Creed at this Ubisoft, which I thought was interesting because even when they didn't have an Assassin's Creed coming out, they still showed a trailer to whatever was coming out next. Beyond Good and Evil, I said was going to get a release date 2020, and Stadia was going to get mentioned. I am not going to give myself points for this because at all. I was going to say maybe a half point is maybe debatable because I said Stadia would get mentioned, but I specifically said it for the Beyond Good and Evil 2 announcement, so no points awarded there.
Bummer.
Ghost Recon, you said in-engine trailer winter 2020. We did get an in-engine trailer, didn't we? I believe we did.
Yeah.
I threw all my notes on the floor.
Yeah, we did. We did.
But it is coming out this year. So
half a point.
half a point is awarded there. Ashton is now tied with me. I said we were going to get a trailer. Oh, God. Now I have to actually bend down and get this.
Oh, God.
I got it. Okay. I said Ghost Recon. I said it is the trailer and the release date was going to be in October 2019, and it is coming out in October 2019. So we did get a trailer. Wait, what kind of trailer did we get? We did get in a cinematic trailer, and then we got another cinematic trailer. But the other, yeah, so is that a full point?
Yeah, that's a full point, absolutely.
Okay. You said there was going to be a Rabbids game, party game, Switch exclusive. That did not happen.
Nope, did not.
No Rabbids were mentioned at all. My crazy thing was going to be Splinter Cell, and we were going to get a co-op, and it was going to be announced for 2021. That did not happen. So if we look at the score currently right now, I am sitting at 2, and Ashton is sitting at 1. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's how that works out. Before we end this part, what was the best thing from EA?
Well, so the thing I'm most excited for is the Apex Legends, because I do play that, but I do feel like they're doing some pretty cool stuff with Battlefield 5. You know, what they're giving you a roadmap of what they're going to be having going on throughout the year for the game, so you know what's going to be coming, which is going to mean a lot to all the fans. Apex, I'm excited to explore some of the lore, maybe play around with the new legend, and can't wait to hear what the second one is. So both of those I'm pretty excited about.
I'm also going to add Jedi on there, just because I thought they gave us all the right information that we need. No spoilers. There was enough to tide me over until the game comes out. The game definitely looks very interesting. It looks very Force Unleashed sort of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Which is fine, which is totally fine. It looks great. It seems like it plays great, and I guess they said depending on how good you are is how cool of the actions that you pretty much can do, because then you start doing all these different combos and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool to feel like you could have somebody over and then you just show off and be like, watch this, bring him over, throw him over there, kind of thing. I did also like how the enemies were fighting. If you noticed, the what do they call that? The name of that, the Purge Trooper with the little like buzz, like thing. If you try to pull them forward, they will actually stick their little staff into the ground, and it will drag them forward, and then they'll feel the force still, and then they'll let go and point it towards you, and you got to roll out and dodge. I thought that was kind of cool that they have these like defensive
There's
sort
some
of
pretty
moves
good
to 'em.
AI. I mean, looking at this game,
Yeah.
So it's some pretty cool stuff.
I'm not going to add this to the best thing. I thought it was an honorable mention. I'm sorry, Anthem. I just wish there was more to it. So that's why I'm not adding it to this list. But they did mention it, and they are working on it to make sure they're not giving up yet. So that's just an honorable mention. It won't make it to fight it for this list.
Come on, BioWare.
Ubisoft. What are some cool things that Ubisoft announced this year?
I mean, I like the. I don't know. It's hard for me to pick something because I mean I'm not playing a lot of Ubisoft games right now.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested in the Gods and Monsters mainly because it looks like Breath of the Wild. Huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Cool that they're honorable mention for Honor. You know, it's cool that they are still keeping up with their community. I'm also kind of excited about that show.
Interesting.
So
the Always Sunny one?
Yep, the Always Sunny one.
Yeah, that one definitely looks interesting. Just writing down that, and then the Always Sunny. I'm gonna say also Rainbow Six Quarantine. I do like how they're moving on that franchise. They're not just gonna they are making the game, but it's a game that isn't going to destroy Rainbow Six Siege. So they're gonna still update that.
It's a different beast.
Yeah, but they're making another. Yeah, essentially a second head to this maybe. Possibly Hydra that might show up later, but it's so far I do like how Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm very interested in that, so that is my thing. Maybe an honorable mention towards to Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm not totally sold on it. Ghost Recons can kind of be hit or miss. I've played a lot more misses of Ghost Recon than hits, but I'm definitely interested in the story that they got going on for that, so it gets an honorable mention. That is my thing for that. Any final words on EA or Ubisoft this year? I don't know if you have anything in your notes. Or
I mean, really, just keep it up. I mean, it was pretty decent E3 for them. You know, I'm not particularly one of their biggest fans or anything like that, but I am interested in what they have going on.
Did you like the style that EA presented their thing?
Do you
like the EA play, or do you rather have them just come out with a conference?
I'd rather them do a conference.
Interesting. So you don't like them do individual highlights of each game?
No, because they take too long.
Okay.
Too long on one game.
Fair enough. Yeah. I think that was it was a pretty average of how they presented their things. I saw why they were doing it. But I probably agree with that. I do definitely prefer the bigger grand production stages, but I understand why they did it though. But we're moving on.